What is going on, Gaming Fam? This is Gaming for God coming at you with another update to my content creator journey. My hope through this series is to continue to share transparency and overall just the things that you need to understand when you're starting out as a full-time content creator. And we're going to get started right now. Kicking things off with our most popular Twitch stream for the month of May was on May the 6th. This was a Monday, and our average viewers, as you can see right here on the screen, were 28. And the thing that I always ask myself is why? Well, this one was very unique and probably won't happen again for this reason. At least I hope not. The big thing that happened this particular Monday is I found myself in a bit of a pickle. I went to a convention. For those of you that weren't aware, I went to the convention called GameCon. It takes place in Bolivar, Missouri at Southwest Baptist University. And it's an incredible convention, had a blast, but unfortunately my flight coming back home got canceled due to some, we'll say, very weird and unfortunate circumstances. But what was incredible about it is that the community on Twitch, the Gaming Fam that was there for that live stream, not only donated money in order for me to have a little bit of food for the extended vacation that I ended up inadvertently having, but also I had one person literally pay for my ticket home. It was all over the place, lots of weird connections, but I cannot express enough how grateful I was and still am to have gotten back home. I really do appreciate those of you that were there for that, as well as helping out. But that's why the average viewers were so high, was because I literally said, this is the closest that I have had to a stream emergency, and everybody got everybody back on stream. It was crazy, and I really do appreciate you guys. Moving on to our least popular stream for the month of May. It was just a few days later when I got back from the trip, and it was on May the 11th. You can see our average viewership was 9 for the day, and it's really odd to some people that I get back and that was my viewership. But let me explain to you something. Number one, I was not there for a week. You guys kind of fell out of the habit of tuning in because you're like, well, he's been gone for a week. You would be amazed how much a week does, not only just to me as a smaller streamer, but also even a larger streamer. Taking 3 or 4 days off for a vacation can mean the difference between keeping and losing 4,000 subscribers, depending on how many you started with. It's crazy and hard to make a comeback from. But with that said, the viewership was a little bit lower because I was A, out of my element, and B, I think y'all were out of yours too. You aren't used to tuning in to me because for that whole week you were tuning in to other streams. By the way, I highly encourage you to do that. I am not the only Christian streamer on the platform, and I'm certainly not the only streamer that puts a lot of effort into what they do. I'm going to include my favorite 3 streamers that I tune into regularly that are of smaller caliber. They will also all be Christian streamers who will be family friendly 100% of the time. That's going to be down in the description of today's video. Be sure to check them out. Moving over to just the quick overall summary, just kind of the at-a-glance situation here. We can see that not only did the average viewers decrease from the prior month, but so did the live views. And I think that both of those had the same reason. And it's kind of what we've already talked about just a second ago. It's that I was gone for a week. I literally wasn't available for you to watch, and the other part of that is the average viewership will decrease, coupled into that same kind of causation, if you will. New followers did actually increase this month, and I honestly believe that has nothing to do with me and has everything to do with you guys. Not just here on YouTube, but also on Twitch. Whenever I'm live streaming, I end up seeing this phrase more often than I ever have. Whoever the username is, so-and-so recommended me to check out your channel, and I definitely appreciate the content you're creating. It's awesome, and that's what you kind of want as a content creator. You want your community that's already existing to invite their family and friends to come out because they saw something of value in your content on your live stream. And now that I'm seeing that, I can't express to you with words how much that blesses me. And the fact that we were live less and we had only 2 additional followers more than the prior month, that means that while we were live less, we still actually grew more per stream. And that's crazy. I just want to say thank you. Subscribers did actually increase for the month of May, and I want to, before I even dive into why I believe that is, I want to thank you guys. Those of you that are regularly subscribing, using your Twitch Prime subs that don't auto-renew, you come back every month to renew those, and gifting subs. That has been a huge thing, and I think a lot of that comes back to this new tradition we've started where I have a sub goal, a daily sub goal of 5 subs per day. And even now that I have 2 different streams, the goal is still 5 per day. I don't care if it's 2 in the morning, 3 at night, it doesn't matter to me. And honestly, we don't have to hit that goal every day. It's a goal, it's not a requirement. With that said, whenever we're really close, or sometimes even when I'm at 0 out of 5, there's people who will gift the remaining subs to get me to do the sub goal dance, which I didn't think was going to be something you guys enjoyed, but apparently me being me makes you guys happy, and I think that's awesome because obviously I enjoy being myself as well. So I really am. I'm so immensely grateful for the Gaming Fam, especially on Twitch lately. It's been mind-boggling. We'll get to you guys here on YouTube in a minute. Don't think I've forgotten you. In past videos, I want to make sure I touch on this because somebody I'm sure will ask inadvertently in the comments if I don't touch on this. In past videos, we talked about revenue, and I have decided to move away from that because I do not want to become the content creator who stays focused on how much money they're making. I never even want that to be a sliver of my focus. Yes, do I need money to pay my bills? But no, I don't necessarily need to focus on it so that it increases. That's a horrible way to look at things, and I think that's honestly just going to lead down a dark path, and I have no interest in going down that path. Instead, every video now, I will share with you the amount of time that I streamed for the entire month. Even with that week of being gone, I streamed for almost 83 hours, which is pretty crazy. I don't even realize that I'm doing that because I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like work when you're enjoying what you do, and that's true of Twitch as well as on YouTube, which is where we're going to head to next. Kicking off the YouTube part of this video with our most popular video by far for the month of April was the 20th vlog. I entitled it First Date Q&A featuring random hiccups. It was part 2 of a 2-part video series that I wanted to do here on YouTube, and I had a blast making it, and it's obvious that you all enjoyed watching it because it's still maintaining its momentum. Maybe not quite as much momentum, but it's still maintaining a lot of it. 750 minutes of watch time in the month of May alone, and it was uploaded in April. That blesses me a ton, and I want to go into a little bit of why I believe it's still hanging on to this momentum. To be completely truthful with you, I'm still a little bit baffled by this video's success. However, if I were going to speculate and try and figure out a little bit of why it is that way, I believe it's 2 different things. I believe it's a combo here. I think the first part of it was incredible tags. I really did take some time to realize what would be a good way for people to find this video based on other things that they've enjoyed. The other part of it is, if you have that part but you don't have good content once they get there, they aren't going to stay, they aren't going to watch it. So that second part was really, I think, the bigger kicker. It really was a great video. I think it was a lot of fun. It wasn't a lot of production, but it was definitely good content, and it's obvious by the fact that you guys continue to watch it, so thank you for that. If you haven't checked it out yet, just do yourself a favor, click the card that's right on the screen right now. Definitely encourage you to go check that out. It was a great video. Moving on to the least popular video by watch time in the month of May. This one was kind of interesting, and I'm going to go into a couple of things as to why I believe that in a moment. But the video was Hot Topics for Christianity, the very first one on the channel. It was entitled, God Does Love the LGBT Community. And I truly believe that while the video watch time was the least in the month as far as the top 5 goes, it was still 110 minutes of watch time, which to me says a lot about what this video says to you guys. As viewers, I think it's really important that you understand the character of your content creator. And the character that I have is built from Christ, and the character I have towards the LGBT community is also built by Christ, and I just was so blessed to be able to make that video. If you haven't checked it out yet, and you're curious about how God feels towards the LGBT community from a biblical perspective, there's a card right above me. Feel free to click on that real quick and pause this video and come back to it in a minute. Check that out. Highly encourage you to do that. It was probably one of my favorite videos I've put together so far, including all of the vlogs that I've ever done. Before I get into the YouTube overall stats for the month of May, I want to discuss with you why I've decided to focus on watch time coupled with the subscriber count here on YouTube. The reason I've chosen to focus on those 2 things is those are the 2 things that YouTube says will help you grow your channel the best. When you have someone who's subscribed who comes back and watches your videos regularly because they've enjoyed them, and your watch time by extension will increase. Those kinds of things are very important to becoming a YouTube partner, which is something that I have a goal of over the next couple of years. And I'm just really blessed by those of you that have already subscribed and continue to watch the videos. I really want you to know I appreciate you. I do see you as people, not as numbers. I look at the numbers because it's important as a business person to make sure you're cognizant and aware of what your numbers look like. But you also have to keep down in your head here, go, okay, making sure we keep a level head. These people are people. They are human beings, and they have chosen to take time out of their day to either watch the videos here on YouTube or watch a live stream on Twitch. Either way, I appreciate you so much more than you probably even know. I know that overall the stats look like they're pretty bad because there was a lot of red. We saw a lot of negative percentages as far as growth goes compared to the month of April. And I want to make something very, very clear. I'm not going to break all this down for one big reason. Last month of April, it was insane because of the 20th vlog that I mentioned earlier as the most popular video. Even still in May, April was an explosive month for growth, and I am grateful for it. With that said, comparing April to May, it was such a big drop-off because I didn't have another video that was just as explosively growing, I guess, if that's the right way to phrase that. So I just want you guys to know that while it does look bad in that way, I actually think it's a great month regardless. It just looks bad in comparison to the prior month. So I definitely want you to understand this channel is still growing. It's still going to continue to grow. It's not dying. Don't panic. I'm not going nowhere. Everything's good. I just want you guys to know that. Thank you so much for watching this update to my content creator journey. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you see a little bit more transparency into the world of a full-time content creator like myself, make sure you leave this video a like. If you didn't see that, make sure you leave it a dislike with a comment in the comment section letting me know what it was about the video that you feel I could have done better, or something that specifically stood out to you as kind of setting you off or maybe a little bit uncomfortable. You can also click this button right over here to subscribe. Right below it is the prior update to this series, and you can check that out as well. Until next time, this is Gaming for God, and I am signing off.